G'day everyone.
G'day everyone.
Welcome back to another live intuitive Sunday night.
Yes, it is.
With John and John.
Yep.
I'm John.
I'm John.
And we've had a fantastic week,
to say the least.
We've got a lot of change coming along in our little world.
Yes. We got a bit of guidance to move to Melbourne, and John's going tomorrow, and I'll be down there next weekend. So
yeah, that just happened.
Yeah, suddenly happened. So yes, next week we'll maybe broadcasting from Melbourne.
Yeah.
Or the week after we definitely.
Or the week after we definitely will. But yeah.
So if there's anyone out there in live land,
drop us a question.
Drop us a question if you like. Interpretations of life events or whatever.
Guidance, I guess,
yes.
is
intuitive guidance.
Intuitive guidance is another word. It's another phrase, I guess, that's warming on us. We still haven't quite figured out what we want for our new name.
Yeah.
But we thank the couple of people that put some suggestions last week. We're still working through that. We've just been busy relocating ourselves to Melbourne.
selling everything. Sell it. It's a fire sale.
Yeah.
So
when spirit says move, we move.
Indeed. It's like super fast.
Super fast.
And everyone else moves out of.
And everyone else just gets the fuck out of our way.
Yeah. That was fun.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So yes,
what a week.
Had a huge week. Huge week.
Lots of new awarenesses.
Yep.
Lots of I guess emotional purging or working through a lot of emotional stuff for us. So with the questions, thanks for the comment there, Elizabeth. Be a little bit more specific if we can.
Yeah, we like to work with you for the guidance, so we can guide you and guide us with the guidance. So give us some ideas of particular areas you want to be guided on, feelings if you're unsure, health issues. Just tell us what they are, and then we can reflect that back to you a lot better than general guidance, because it's like, it's much better if you start
more than just a psychic reading.
Yeah,
I suppose.
It's much better if you start to sort of see how you can control it and how you can work with it.
Yeah.
So if you've got more specific questions or more specific issues, then like what's my, what I keep bumping my knee or things like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be, some maybe like we've done a few this past week that have been sort of relationships where they've some people have seen certain patterns in themselves that they're seeing in their relationships. Maybe you're wondering why a certain situation keeps coming back up in your life, and you haven't been able to sort of interpret that or intuit that enough. Those kinds of things is generally where we do our best.
Generally speaking, it seems like the topic of the week or the energy of the week locally and globally seems to be massive change, and the ones that are going with it are like really instigating things that they've been putting off for a while, and they're really sort of enjoying this change and this energy that's moving forward. The ones that are going against it, well, they're just getting smashed and slammed. They're like, I've had 5 friends have operations this week, which I've never seen before. Like I've had just people doing things and initiating plans that they've had on hold for years. So there's a real movement forward energy going on globally right now, especially for the last week or so. It's really been amped up. So yes, if you're feeling sluggish, if you're feeling tired, like a lot of people are, you're resisting, maybe something you've had planned for a long time and it's never really worked, and you're getting the feeling to do it again and you're resisting it. Just go with it, and you'll find your energy will renew instantly.
Okay. Krista O'Connor, guidance to what to do about a male that keeps coming in and out of my life. That's one we could work with. Probably need a little bit more information.
So when he keeps coming in and out of your life, is that a positive or a negative? There's, do you want it to happen or don't you want it to happen? And, what's the annoying part about it? So if you basically, the real gold that we can get out of this is if you tell us these things, these events, and how they annoy you or why they annoy you, and then we can show you how maybe where you're doing that, then you can have massive transformation instantly. And some of it's, again, it's easier if anyone wants to come online, they can click on the Zoom link above.
Yeah, we had a really good chat last week with one of our viewers.
And, we can see, you can help you see the reflection of why that keeps happening, especially if it's repetitive, like that male coming in and out of your life all the time. There'll be a pattern there that's similar to you, but it won't be in the same way, so it'll be hard to see. So if you tell us what's annoying about it or how you perceive it, then that'll give us the indication. And again, it might be easier if you come on live. Some of them are easier on the short questions.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, just drop a reply comment and we'll get to them as we go down, okay? Sarah Randall, she says, yep, speaking of change, how do we surrender control and attachment to outcomes?
With a hell of a lot of courage.
Hell of a lot of courage.
And bit by bit.
Yeah. More and more.
It's you got to do it more and more. You got to build the trust. You got to build the belief. People often do what we call the pendulum, and they'll like completely trust, and they go downstream, as we call it. That's Abraham. Most of you guys have probably listened to Abraham Hicks, and she talks about going upstream or going downstream. But most people will see that as like they're paddling upstream, they're working hard all the time, and it's just like it's endless. It's not working. They go, oh shit, this is too hard. And then they let go and they go downstream and they throw the oars away. And it's like, it doesn't work like that, because first of all, you're in a habit of working everything. And secondly, going downstream doesn't mean you make no direction. Because if you imagine it like a river and there's rapids down there, you can feel, oh, it's getting a bit fast on this side. So I'll just do a few paddles over to the other side of the stream. So when we go around the corner, I'll be on the left where the water's going fast on the right. So you still got to do a little bit of work here. It's like, the old nursery rhyme, row your boat gently down the stream. So you still row.
He's been singing that all week.
He's still row, but it's, it's not much. You just paddle a bit here and there when you're guided. And it's like, but you've got to build the belief. It's like, you can't just go to that fully. Well, you can. And some people do. You can't, I'm not saying you can't.
It's not impossible.
It's very, very difficult because you've got years and years of patterns and programs. So just do it. Just keep telling yourself, I'm doing it more and more. I'm doing it more and more. I've done it more this month than I've done it lately. I'm starting to believe in it. I want to do it.
And maybe where you feel you have a moment or a day or an hour where you maybe recognize you're not doing it as much, just go back to when you remember you were doing it a lot, right? And just bring that forward and go, actually, well, for the last 3 days I've been doing this perfectly well.
So that's what we call the sweet spot. You've got to keep in the belief, keep in the knowing, and guide yourself back to it. So I'm not doing it right now and I'm freaking out again, but hey, I've done it more this week than I done it last week. And I'm doing it more often. I want it more, so I'm noticing it more, and that'll start to feel good. You feel good. It feels light. It feels easy. That's when you've got it in a sweet spot. If you say, no, I'm doing this good. I'm trusting. I'm trusting. It's like, well, tell your face that. It's like,
tell your face that.
And so you got to believe it. So, I'm trusting more and more. I'm not trusting right now, but I'm trusting more and more. And I've done it more this week than I've done it before. Wow. And that brings it back up. You've got to have the feeling in the lower three chakras. So the chakras, basically what we call the threefold flame. So there's wisdom, power, and love. So the lower three chakras are like the soul. They're the love. They're the inner child, the soul. The middle chakra by itself, the heart, it stands alone. That's the power. That's the father. And the top three chakras is the wisdom. That's the mother. So when they come together in the heart and they work together as three, then you start to trust this more and more.
Absolutely.
And it's like, and the power in the heart like blows you away. It's phenomenal. It's like, it leaves you speechless sometimes. And so it's like, but it's a process. It's an ongoing process. We live in this world where you flick a switch and you turn the light on, but a long time ago we had to build a fire and light candles, make candles and do all this. It was a process, but these things are a process to trust. It's like, sometimes you do it really well for a week and then you don't. And it's like, and then you judge yourself for not.
And that's okay, right?
And and that's what I mean. But don't judge yourself for not.
Don't judge yourself.
I did it for a whole week this time. Wow, awesome. And I'll get to it faster and faster. And that doesn't push it away.
Pat yourself on the back at times.
All
right. Nat Stanley, literally just moved house, basically starting my whole life again. Just now, I've kicked my left toe and then rolled my suitcase over my right toe. Which toes? I'd be very curious to know, but
I'm guessing they're both your big toes.
Probably.
So, this is the classic example. Big toes, like your big toes and your thumbs, if you look at them up, like your hands up this way, it's the chakras. So the base, the thumb or the big toe is the base chakra. Base chakra represents safety, security, and stuff like that. You've just moved house and you're hitting your toes. You need a jolt or a knock to see that you're either judging it as bad or wrong and it's good, or the other way around. You need to focus a little bit more on it and choose a little bit more for yourself. So this is your path and your direction. And I'm guessing you've done the right thing and you're going, I don't know if I've done the right thing. So it's the body going, hey, focus, you've done the right thing. Don't jump to conclusions.
I think the word basically starting my whole life. I mean, it sounds like you are starting your whole life, not basically starting your whole life.
So we just had a garage sale today. We're moving to Melbourne. He starts work there tomorrow on his IT.
Yeah.
We'll be down there next weekend, and we just sold everything.
Everything.
Like, literally everything. Stuff that I've loved for years, spiritual stuff. I was like, oh, I can't. It's like, no, it's like, it's all gone.
It's gone.
It's like, I don't need any of that stuff, and it holds too much memory. It's got 20 years of memory.
Yeah.
It's like, it's got to go. It's like, if I want to start completely again, I've got to do that. And so, and I'm thinking with your big toe, I'm guessing it's your big toe. So if you can confirm that.
Yeah.
And if you're judging that you don't know if you've done the right thing or whatever, then it's a knock and a jolt to tell you, hey, focus, you've done the right thing. You won't know why yet. In a month or 3 months, you'll know exactly why and go, oh, okay, that's why. In hindsight, we know why. But when we're following our intuition, we've got to do it just off trust and know that we'll know the answer afterwards. We'll have 20/20 hindsight. So yes, if you want to confirm which toes it was, and yeah, because you've moved house, I'm pretty sure it's going to be.
It's probably big toes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's that? Darius. Guidance around my feeling a need to move interstate. Will it be a positive move? So I'm kind of getting. It could be a bit more toward the end of the year. What are you getting?
Yeah. Well, first of all, will it be a positive move? It can be either. It depends. If you want to process everything and your patterns before you go and close them, that's a super positive move, right? If you wait till you get there, you're going to take all your patterns with you, and it'll still be positive, but it'll sort of take a little bit longer to get going. And if you can change your patterns in your current circumstances and see them and watch them and observe them, it makes the move so much more joyous. But there is the interstate move. Yeah, I'm getting a bit later in the year.
Yeah.
If you want to do it positively.
Positively, that's right.
Get rid of all the baggage and get rid of all the patterns as much as you can. You can't get rid of all of them. The move will get rid of a lot of them, but deal with what you can beforehand. Change your patterns, change your attitudes before you go. And then it'll be really positive.
Okay. Where are we? Let's do this.
I can't read without
Yeah, I know. Leona Turner, we'll just quickly come to that one. I know I dream, but I can't remember them. It drives me nuts.
So the dreaming and remembering, first of all, if you're a stoner, you got no chance. Just heads up for any stoners out there. You can't remember when you get stoned, but you do have them. Most stoners think they don't.
Yeah.
Secondly, you're going too fast forward as soon as you wake up.
Yeah.
That's the main reason you can't remember them.
So you got a technique for this, right?
Yeah, I've got a really good technique. It's like, so as soon as we wake up, at best, we think about the shower or going to the toilet. Oh, I've got to get, but usually most of us, especially like we're both fathers of many children. And so you wake up and before your eyes even open, you're already at work or, you're 2 hours ahead of yourself. So you've got to train yourself as soon as you wake up, go, what happened last night? Right. And so it takes a little bit of practice to remind yourself, what happened before I went to bed? And then what happened when I went to sleep? So before you go to the toilet, before you think about going to the toilet, doesn't mean you don't go to the toilet, but you just train yourself to have that process. What did I do just before I went to bed? Oh, and then that will start you thinking backwards instead of thinking forwards. And then the dreams, and then you'll go, okay, and then I lied down, and then like bang, bang, the dreams will just pop into your mind. And you'll have the colored dreams, the lucid dreams. So if there's full color dreams, they're usually, most of that is your subconscious working its stuff out. So they're very symbolic most of the time, weird symbolic most of the time.
It can be fucking
And if you can get to your deep sleep, your REM sleep dreams, they're the more the soul journey and the prophetic dreams. So the prophecies are all in them, but they're like a black and white or a steely grey type dream, and they're quite an effort to remember them. But if you practice this and do it as a bit of a ritual, go, okay, what did I do just before I went to bed? And then how did I go to sleep? And then it's like, and that starts you looking backwards, and it's like, yeah, I'll get to the toilet in a minute, or I'll get to the kids and breakfast in a minute.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just that habit.
And then also watch your words, right? Because you're sort of giving yourself a command. I can never remember them. I can never remember them. Okay.
Yeah, these create filters.
These create filters, so you will never remember them.
Yeah. And yet, what it is, you do remember them, but you can't recall the memory.
Yeah.
It's like you are remembering them, but I can't remember that. I can't recall that memory.
Yeah.
Because you're too busy. You're not. Most people aren't even in the shower when they wake up. They're already having breakfast and on the train or getting the kids ready for school. They're like, what? They're actually waiting for that. They're actually at the first smoko break for work because they can't wait to get to that. And they've planned everything straight ahead. So you're just on full steam ahead. And that's the main reason why.
Yeah, so maybe you just say, you're remembering them more and more, and the rest of what John said.
Yeah, I remember that. Look, obviously I remember the dreams, but I can't recall that memory.
Yeah.
It's like, in my feelings, it's like, so what did I do last night? Just before I went to bed. And then how did I fall asleep? Was I on my left side? Was I on my right side? And that automatically starts you looking backwards instead of forwards. And so give yourself 5 minutes before I think about the shower and the toilet and whatever else you do.
All right. Tanya Dixon, I was having a crystal bowl healing this week. During it, I had intense pain on both sides of my collarbones. Like so sore, it was about 20 minutes. Wasn't there before the healing and subsided not long after.
Okay, so there's pain or stress or anything is our intuition talking to us, telling us that something's not true. What we're thinking or the result of what we're thinking is not true. So the collarbones are mainly about your throat chakra, your communication and stuff like that. It really feels like you were judging the healing or expecting the healing to be a certain way or thinking that you're not feeling it like somebody else. And that's what was causing the pain. It's like the communication with yourself internally between your head and your heart was you were thinking it should have this or it should have that. Other people had this experience. Why am I not? So it's a lot of judgment about what you should be getting or what you shouldn't be getting. And that's the intuition's trying to say, no, you're getting it. You don't have to get it all consciously. Sometimes you'll get it. Like when I do healings with people, I say sometimes, I know what's gone on and I go, but you probably won't know what's happened for 2 or 3 days, and it's like, or they'll tell me nothing happened and I go, okay. So they come back a week later and I go, so what's happened for the last week? And like, I didn't feel anything in that healing. I'm like, okay, so what's happened for you for last week? Oh, well, my kids have been better. I said, so, maybe that was part of the healing. It's not always something you consciously feel. And maybe I'm pretty sure you were judging yourself on that and, or expecting more. There's some sort of communication between the head and the heart going on. So that pain and stress is an indicator that something you're thinking or the result of what you're thinking should or shouldn't be is the opposite of actually what's happening.
Yeah, indeed.
So this is a very powerful tool, and it's like it goes very deep.
It goes very deep,
which I've just taken to a whole new level this week myself. It just blew me away. So more on that later.
Okay, so back to Krista. Thanks for the reply, Krista. So this was the guy that comes in and out of her life all the time. So he sees me, talks to me for a few days, gives me hope. We're starting something, then disappears for weeks, then gets a contract again. Then gets in contact again, and that cycle repeats.
Right. So it gives you hope. So, Krista, I'm sorry to say this to you, but it's not going to work until you stop allowing other people to give you hope. It's like, I know that's not what your intention. I know that's not what you meant, but subconsciously, that's what's your subconscious is picking up. It's hope to, that, he will make me happy. And that's why he wants to do it. He really wants to do it. And you want to do it and you want to be neutral to it. And then he feels that hope. When you get the hope, you get these like, oh, wow. And you just want to express this love and feeling. What he feels is neediness and cling on, right? So go, oh, she's a Klingon, runs away, and then he gets back and shoots. No, that's not true. And he comes back, and it's like, but you're thinking that hope, and because it's so nice and warm, and you just want to express it and go, wow, this is fantastic. But a lot of males just see that as neediness and clinging on, and then they freak out because of their old relationships or something else. It's like, so if you can learn to hold that hope back a little bit and just let him have little snippets of it. Like, yeah, this is really great, but it doesn't matter to me at all. But inside you're like, I can't wait. It's like, you pretend that you're not, like overexcited. Yeah. You pretend like, and so you just let it out bit by bit, and they don't feel, it's like a pushing and a pulling, it's like, so that they feel like you grab on and then like, oh no, it's needy. And it's like, and we don't want neediness. And I'm not saying that you're needy at all, right? It's probably completely the opposite. Yeah. But it's, and you get really passionate. It's like, so that's what you're calling the hope. It's like, and he just picks that up as like, oh no, this is this is neediness. So you just pretend. I used to fake it, and it's like I used to go, oh yeah, cool. I'd meet somebody, and I'm like, yeah, you're pretty cool. Inside, I'm like, fuck, she's the best person ever. Like, I can't. It's like, but I would do that.
Yeah.
Boom, and I'd open it all up, and they're like, poof, I'm like, what the hell? We're like, we're getting on so well, and now she's running away. It's like,
off she goes out the door,
flying out the door, and I'm like, what? Oh, she can't handle it because I'm too passionate.
It's too much for her.
it's like, no, I just let it all out too much, and she just overwhelmed her, and she's like, oh, that's neediness, or
I don't know, maybe
insecurity.
It kind of feels like maybe just acknowledging that, like not trying to build the hope back up, just within yourself, just go, okay, cool. If he does get in contact with me again, I'm not going to go into it expecting anything more than just that. And
another one,
keep telling yourself that. Telling yourself that.
Another one that will work. It's like a bit of a reverse psychology type thing. Tell him it's so great that he gets these contracts and doesn't get in contact with you, because it gives you the space and time. It's so good that you get that space and I get my space. I love it. The fact he'll be there every day. Guarantee you.
I love it. I love it. We've got so much space between these contacts that we have.
I love it. Get there and you go away for a week. It's freaking great. Really I get so much space and time for myself, and like that'll change that feeling of neediness. It's like it's great that we have this time together and we get heaps of time apart. And you're not meaning it, but it's like you're just reverse psychology his fears, basically.
All right, these comments roll fast, so they roll past so fast. So we're just going to keep rolling with them, because sometimes they just cut off. So if you want to ask a question and you've posted it earlier on, just keep posting them and we'll get to them when we can.
And if anyone wants to come on live and
actually have one like
that, you'll see a lot more, and we'll get through a lot of stuff like really quickly in a chat.
All right,
and everyone else will get.
So it was big toes. I did see that.
Yeah.
So that's cool that she kicked her big toes.
So when you kick yourself or you bump, it's your body and your soul trying to go, you need a knock or you need a jolt. It's like, hey, pay attention, focus on this. It's like, so you're probably judging that I've moved away and I've let people down or whatever. And it's like, no, this is positive, but you're not going to see why for a month or two.
All right, Deborah, this is an interesting one. I get different feelings in the chest and then the stomach. Which do you listen to?
Well, if you can, you listen to both. Right?
Yeah.
So the stomach ones is the intuition, that's the gut, that's the soul,
yep.
That's the loving. The chest, the heart area, that's the father. So they've got the mother in the top three chakras, the father in the heart chakra, and the child and the soul in the lower three chakras. You want to listen to the lower ones because that's the love, that's the passion, and that gives you a lot in life. But a lot of people only listen to that, and they buy into everything too much. And the power of the heart, it's the strength, it's like the lion. So in the Christian tradition, they have the peace dove, the lion, and the lamb. That's the three. So the wisdom of the mother is like she takes in the big picture and she can see everything, and she can tell the lion where to let the lamb go and play. And so it's the heart and the gut. If you can let them work together, start to listen to both of them and say, okay, gut, talk to the heart, and watch them. And just observe that. It's a super powerful tool, and it's like, it really feels like you're on the right track with that. Stop saying, which one do I listen to? How do I listen to both of them? How do I let the wisdom of here, let the power of here, let the inner child out to play? And
all right, some of the questions need to be a bit more specific, if we can. So
there's someone.
No, I don't think so. I'll just double check something. No. Okay, so where are we? Back. Last week. Thank you. Thanks for all the comments and the hellos, guys. We got like 100 comments here I'm trying to get through.
And we're
people that are asking for advice on their relationships, in these kind of sessions, we really need a little bit more specific question, or if you want to come on and we can try to have a bit of a 10-minute chat.
Yeah. So most of what you see, while you're looking for that, most of what we see, or everything that we see, is in us. So, we get annoyed at somebody because they're lazy. Well, then that, if it annoys us, then it's in us. And it's like, it's in my reality somewhere. But I'm not lazy. I work hard. I do everything. But hey, they might be lazy and they don't work hard enough, or they don't clean up or whatever. And you go, but I do all that. I'm not lazy. But outside, I'm not lazy. But maybe inside, I'm lazy. And I was like, this is one of the first ones I discovered it with. I'm like, and it used to annoy me for like my close friends, and so many people used to annoy me. I'm like, I don't even get annoyed by aggressive, violent people. Why do I get annoyed by lazy people? I must be in me somewhere, but I'm not lazy. I do everything. I work hard. I look after the kids. And they're like, but what have I wanted to do for a while? I'm like, really wanted to work on my posture, and I really want to like clean my speech up a bit. So I was lazy in my posture and I was lazy in my speech. And then I thought, okay, so I just agreed with inside myself to start paying more attention and not be so lazy with my posture, not be so lazy with my speech. As soon as I agreed to that, like the next day I went to regular friends and that who used to annoy the shit out of me for being lazy. I could see them being lazy and it didn't bother me. And I hadn't even fixed my laziness fully. I just agreed to do it. Once I saw it where it was in me, and it's like, because it's not in the same area, some people like, are greedy, but they're greedy with money or food. And it's like, I'm not greedy with money or food, but you might be greedy between your head and your gut. Your mind takes all the thing and doesn't let your child play at all. So your mind's greedy and takes up all the time and makes all the decisions and doesn't let your heart or your gut make any decisions. So that this is in the relationships, these things that annoy you, if you can find them in you and change them, it just changes things. Like I cannot
really, your entire reality just changes around you, right? By simply acknowledging,
by identifying
there's a change that needs to be made.
Yeah, it's like
it's truly incredible.
Yeah.
All right, Sandra, how will I ever find out why I saw these angels on my ceiling? What was their message? Can you give her anything on that?
Yes, I can. First of all, you don't need to know why. This is the problem. The why is what the intellect or the ego, some people call it. The intellect wants to know why and how. When you let go of wanting to know why or how, you will get a knowing, and you may not be able to interpret that knowing. Most of the knowing comes in through a feeling, through the heart. I just know that, but I can't tell you what I know or how I know it. You already know it. You already know why in your heart, but you may not be able to interpret. You've already had the answer, but you're trying to interpret it and you don't have that language to interpret it. So, and you're getting hooked on it now. So you're missing the angels that are going to be there tonight. You're missing.
Trying too hard is kind of what I get.
You're looking back at that, and there's so many things you're missing right now. There's so many other things that are going on. Go, I don't need to know that now. If I need to know it, I'll know it.
If there was a message that you were meant to know,
if there was a message that you had to identify, the messages are always there. They come in intuitive, they come in feeling, but most of them we can't interpret them or identify them. We just settle, okay, I'll know it. And if it is a specific message that I need to know, it'll repeat itself. It'll come back again and come back again. I don't need to work it all out as I'm going. It's like the ones that are important for us to know the details from, they will repeat themselves.
And also like making things significant. Right. Try not to make it significant. Sure, it happened, and acknowledge that it happened. But the more you make it significant, the more the intellect and the ego can then grab onto that. And then sort of slow that process down.
Just like, people, I'm a healer and I'm this and I'm that. They have these miracle moments that are a spontaneous moment that they've allowed, that they've facilitated. And then the ego grabs it and claims it and wears it like a badge. I'm a healer. I'm not a healer. I've been involved and I've been the personal transmitter of many, many miracle healings, but I didn't do them. I didn't do the healing. I helped hold the space. I helped facilitate the healing and it healed me as well simultaneously. And people will call me a healer and I'll let them call me a healer, but I never call myself that. I was like, I'm not a healer. I can facilitate healings and I do quite often. But as soon as that takes it, it's like it cuts it off when the ego wants to claim it and know. It's like, oh, why do you want to know about the angels? Like, the more you let that go, the more these things happen. The more you don't buy into it and make it significant. It's like the more frequent they happen, the more things happen.
Okay. So many comments, guys. Showing love. Oh, and happy Mother's Day too, by the way.
Oh, yeah, happy Mother's Day.
Just remember that.
Yes. So we're moving to Melbourne next week, guys, by the way. And we just got guided by Spirit a week ago. And said, so now we've just pretty much sold everything in our garage sale today. And everyone's freaking out around us, all our family, friends. And
like, what are you doing? Freaking out.
You can't leave. You
what
can't
are they
leave
doing?
us.
You can't leave us.
So we're in Central Coast in Terrigal at the moment. And so we're moving into state and we've sold everything. So
okay. Josie, I think it is. So hello, can I ask if my skin problem will clear soon? Maybe we can just talk about what a skin.
Oh, this will be fun.
I know.
Okay. So, so skin generally has to do with feelings of unworthiness or inadequacy. So Josie, if you can just drop a comment quickly, just comment on your other comment that you've asked it. If you can, go back up to it and press comment again. So just comment on it, John.
So reply.
Just reply there.
All right.
So just say hi and she can reply to that so we can don't lose it.
Yeah.
And if you can tell us where on the body, if it's on your face more, if it's on your arms, if it's on your legs, we can get much more specific with it.
Yeah, we can dig into it.
But generally speaking, any skin conditions have got to do with you've got feelings of either being unworthy or inadequate. And so if it's in your arms, it's more about feeling unworthy or inadequate about your daily practices. If it's on the left or right, it's usually spiritual or physical or male or female. If it's in the joints, which a lot of people with skin cirrhosis and stuff, they get it in their joints, so they're not being flexible enough in their actions. And my son and my old previous stepson, he had the worst acne you could imagine. Like it was terrible. And my son was talking him through some of this stuff and said, you feel inadequate about your looks, or about you feel that you're not good enough, or you're not, and he talked to him about this and he got him to see it. And his acne cleared up like you would not believe in 3 weeks.
Incredible.
And he'd been trying everything for about 2 years. He had just scarring pretty much. And I can't believe it, how fast it turned around, because he was willing to see that and go, oh, so I think I'm, not good looking enough, or I think other people see me. So he was feeling inadequate or unworthy in the way that he thought other people seen him.
Yeah. So
he thought he wasn't, attractive enough, and he thought he was, he's a bit, he's a bit awkward, but he thought other people seen that as a bad thing, but they like it because he was so different.
Yeah.
So if you can comment on where it is on the body, Josie, we'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that.
Because it's generally feelings of unworthy or inadequate. And if you can find out what you're feeling unworthy or inadequate, so then you can really clear it. And I've seen it clear in minutes sometimes.
Okay, where are we? Skin problem on the right foot. Someone's asking. Kaz is asking.
Kaz, so right foot, generally your feet are about your direction in life. So, and right will be you're feeling unworthy or inadequate about a male or your physical material direction. So if it's like you feel like it seems to be about a male, I'm thinking. So you feel unworthy or inadequate about your partner or the guy you're interested in or something like that. You feel like you're not, quite as capable as them, which is the inadequate.
Yeah.
I don't have enough. And what have I got to offer him? He's so much better. Like, or the opposite of that.
The opposite of that.
Or you go, I'm unworthy. I don't, why would he choose me? It's like, well, you don't know. It's like, in your eyes, you're unworthy. In his eyes, you could be more than worthy.
Yeah.
You don't know what his needs and what he sees as worthy or unworthy. So you're just judging because that's how you would see it, as worthy or unworthy. And so, or it's your material direction, if that's not quite, so your job, your where you're living, something like that, where you're headed on the more physical side.
More physical material side.
So, relationships, jobs, things like that. You don't feel adequate or worthy to do what you want to do. And if you look when you stand normally, just if your feet or the right foot particularly, if you just stand relaxed upright and your feet are pointing exactly straight, then you don't have much fear of it. But if it just sits naturally out, say one sits the right one sits out like that, then you've actually got a fear of your direction. You kind of intuitively know what you want to do, but you feel scared to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a fear and you're getting dragged along. So, and again, these ones, the guys, are much easier if we talk, because I can really help you nail it down. And, and you can, we've had people come back and clear stuff while we're talking on here. It's like, we had someone last week with hamstring problems, and halfway through we told her a couple of these techniques, and, she cleared most of it straight away.
Yeah. Okay. So Josie's was legs, arms, and right hand.
Yes.
Josie, if you want to come on live.
So legs and arms, basically, you're feeling unworthy or inadequate about quite a lot. Your direction in life, your spiritual, you're feeling very much inadequate or unworthy about where you're going and how you're doing it. It's like because it's over both. So it's like it's time to reevaluate the whole lot of where you think you're going in life and how you think you're supposed to do it, and stop going, I don't have the, it kind of feels more like inadequate than unworthy. So, you know, you don't have what you need, or I'm not strong enough, or I can't choose this, or, you know, and I'm not doing enough. It's all these self-judgments that you're making. You're not inadequate. It's actually the opposite. You're seeing as inadequate because you're comparing what you like, and you're thinking other people are seeing that because that's what you see and you like. But again, Josie, that would be another one where if we talk, we can really nail a couple of issues on that one. So yeah.
All right, where are we? Just trying to scoot back up a bit now because we lost a whole heap before. You two are pretty awesome. Thank you, Katie.
So yes, you know, we have some of our practice videos of the tools on YouTube. If you guys want to go and have a look, we do one-on-one readings. You can book a half-hour one. We're still doing a half price for the half hour at the moment now that we're moving down to Melbourne. So we're relocating there. So if anyone wants to get a personal reading and go deep into this, and it is quite miraculous. I think I just noticed my son was online before. Yeah. He was the one that really turned his mate around, his half brother, I should say, around in like days or weeks. Like he transformed from this awkward kid and acne scars, and he's pointed out a few of these things, and he transformed in weeks.
Well done, Will.
Yeah, well done, Will.
All right, Amanda. Hi, guys. I've been having episodes of knowing something before I'm told it's happening. I put it down to my intuition as I'm an INFJ personality type. Should I explore this further?
Yeah, you should explore not being a personality type first of all, because you don't want to
limit yourself.
You don't want to limit yourself. It's like, and then that's just another ego identity. You're everything. I'm not saying you're not that.
Yeah.
But you're that and everything else. You know, you're an infinite being, so you can be that or anything else. So try not to limit yourself to those titles. Yeah, you know, so like star signs and stuff like that, numerology. I've done all of that stuff, and it has influences, and it's like they have like they're an impulsion, not a compulsion. It's like the wind if you're a sailing boat and they're the wind, you can just blow along and go with the wind if you follow all those impulse, all those inclinations. Or if you get good, you can go against your numerology and all of those things. If you learn how to be a good sailor, and you can sail into the wind instead of going with it all the time. But what was the rest of the?
I can't.
The intuitive.
Yeah. Should she look into it?
Yeah, you should look into it, but not look into it in detail. You're already doing it. So be careful not to look into it. Just acknowledge that. Just watch it more. Look into it by acknowledging that's how it works. You know, the more intuitive you get, the more you know exactly what's going to happen. I got to a stage where I was pretty much 24 hours ahead of myself. I knew everyone I was going to talk to, and like as I just allowed that, I just watched it. I just didn't judge that when it would happen, and I go, okay, so just let it happen more. Just keep observing it. Just allow it to happen. Don't try and make it happen, because as soon as you try and make it happen, you're gonna cut it off.
And keep that sort of questioning mind about it too. You know, like don't just limit yourself to, if it does keep happening, that okay, well I know this is going to happen now, and nothing else is going to happen outside of that.
Yeah.
So just always ask. You know what else is there maybe that I maybe didn't know, or that I haven't seen, or
and then can I work with this? Can I start manifesting in a different way? Can I change some of these things, or can I give the person that I'm going to talk to even more so it changes them? So there's a lot more to work with that, but just let it run for a while without trying to push it. And that is a natural thing. Anyone can do that if they can get out of their own friggin' way. It's like, our only job, our only job is to get out of our own way and watch our lives happen by not resisting it and not reacting to it.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to come on live, you can still come on.
Yeah, come and have a chat.
Have a chat. I know it's a bit scary, but
we don't bite.
It helps everyone else too, by the way, because usually what you ask applies to nearly everyone else that's watching. So
really cool to see. Thank you. All right, I'm just gonna go right down to the bottom again. I was told by a psychic that I'll be having a baby girl. Do you see this will happen or not? Will pets just be my children?
Sometimes with the children and stuff, you can have contracts to have certain children, and as you get conscious, you can change those contracts. Like I don't know if I should say this with one of my children online, but I had a contract to have, I knew was supposed to have 8 children, and I just said, no, look, I'm not going to do that. I will teach them and I'll give them what they need, but bring them through someone else because I can't afford it, It's like, and so John had one of them.
And so I had one of them, believe it or not.
Believe it or not, we found out later. And I teach her and I help him to teach her. And so the contracts can be changed with children, and you can still have the interactions with them. It does take a little bit of effort. It takes a little bit of willingness, but I'm still getting up in the air with that one.
Yeah,
like,
I'm kind of being told not to ask.
Yeah.
So maybe letting go of the idea a little bit. That it's possible that maybe you won't.
Yeah.
Might free up some energy around that.
And stop saying, whatever you're saying to yourself about, the animals are my children, people, I get along better with animals than people. It's like, it's not necessarily true. It feels like that, but that's not necessarily true. It's just animals don't require like all of the maneuvering and that most people do with their egos. So just start going, hey, I can get on with some people as good as I can get on with animals. And that will start to change that a little bit.
Okay. Grace, feeling stuck, trying to keep on going. New business starting.
New business starting, feeling stuck, trying to keep on going. The trying to keep on going is telling you to stop that, right? Stop trying to keep on going. Just trust that you'll get. I know it doesn't mean stop working. It's stop pushing it, right? Stop pushing it. You're pushing when you need to rest. So when we start this on the medicine wheel, there's like the north, east, south, and the west. Is any thing we're bringing into an idea comes in. Usually an idea comes in the west, and then we get to the north and go, yeah, cool. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start the new business, right? And then we start it, and which moves us to the east, and then we get into action, and then it's all seems to be going really well, and then it just gets to this like void, and that's the energy of the business, the energy of the idea, whatever it is. As it comes to the south, we go into what we call the desert. It feels like, hang on, it was all just working. Now there's just nothing, and this is a waiting place, and it's checking and trusting to see if you really want to do it, if it is really your heart's passion, and if you have the patience to wait for the energy of the idea or the business or whatever to join you. You've started it, you've agreed on it, and then there is this little space, and it can be weeks, it can be up to 6 months often. It's like can be 2 years if for the people that are too pushy and that are really paddling upstream. But it's like, stop trying to push in that moment and try and tune in more with the concept and the idea. It's like, what is this? What do I really want to portray in this business? How do I want to speak it from my heart? And that energy will meet and marry with you. Yeah. And if it doesn't, if that pushing makes the business crash, then it's not supposed to, because you'll persevere through hell and high water if it's your heart's passion. Yeah. You'll just, and if it's not, then just, pull back for that minute and go, okay, well, that was close. I need to retweak it. And I need to do it this way.
So I tuned in your inner child, and generally they show me pictures of kind of what they're doing, and all I could see was your little girl was just running around in circles. Yeah. And she just told me to tell you to calm the fuck down.
Yeah. Freaking out. It's like, it's all good. It's all good. It's not happening in the time that you want it to happen. It's not happening in your plans. But one of our favorite sayings is like, how do you make God laugh? Yeah. Tell him your plans. It's like, this is like your timing, your feeling. It's like, just sit back and start to realize
relax, as we say to each other, just relax.
It's like, sit back, relax. It's like, so, just go, okay, this is my heart's passion. It doesn't matter if it goes slow for a while. I'm committed to this because I love it. I want to do it. And I will go slow for 10 years if I have to. If it is your heart's passion, you can say that to yourself, and you don't have to, but it just brings it back. And it's like, how do I really want to feel into this? And how do I want to do all that?
Okay. Clara, sorry. I receive extra money, but I always lose it. Something that's, e.g. something that's crap, get ripped off. A bill comes in for the car. A bill comes in, car breaks down, fridge stops working. How do I get ahead in my finances?
So that statement there is a big filter you've put in the subconscious, unintentionally, not on purpose, but you say you always lose it, right? So that's the subconscious is just running that out. It's like, it's going, okay, you always lose it. We'll make you lose it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
You'll buy the crap ones. You'll do this and you'll do that. So it's a reprogramming that's the major part. So that, I know it feels like that, but if you really sat down and analyzed it, you got to find all the times. So there'll be 5% of the time that doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
And you go, okay, so when did I get the right thing? When wasn't it a crap thing? When did it work out? And you know what? Oh, so I don't always, and change that word. It seems like I always. It looks like I always. But hang on, no, those times I bought that car and that was actually really good. The other 10 cars I bought were all lemons. But that one was really good. So that doesn't always happen. It just happens. And there's sometimes I actually, you got to start retraining.
You got to retrain.
These are filters. These are one of our big tools is retraining your filters and looking for those definite words. Everybody, those words create filters in the subconscious. Subconscious hears that word and goes, okay, that's a command. It's like a computer. It doesn't judge. It just, anything that's said, it just takes it for gospel. You know, it's like, and just acts upon that and directs the energy through those filters. So it's a slow one, and it's like, again, there'd be quite a few that you would have there that if we spoke to you, would hear them and could like guide you back to changing the wording on that and start going, okay, it's not going to happen straight away, but I've just got to remember the times it did happen. You know, I used to say, I never win anything in like lotteries or raffles or anything and I never win. And then and I realized that was a filter. And then I'm like, oh, actually, I've won a few raffles. I've won, you know, I don't win very often, but yeah, actually I've won a couple here and then. Maybe I've won I've won that too. And it's like, and then all of a sudden
all the memories come back.
All the memories come back and it's like, oh, actually, you know, it's not as often, but I do. And then all of a sudden I started to, you know, get more lucky with things and win things or whatever. It's like, because that subconsciously, you don't intend to do it and you don't even really mean it like that, but the subconscious is like a video camera. It just takes it all in and takes it all for fact. And so when you change the always to, it looks like I always, or it seems like I always, then that dissolves the filter a little bit.
And just basically just say that to yourself a few times. You know, it seems like when I get extra money that I always lose it.
It seems like I always get the crap things or the
and it seems like there's always things that are going wrong.
Was there times, oh no, I bought that thing and that was really good and I've still got it. That was a bargain, you know. And you'll remember 3 or 4 of them, and that will really start to change.
That'll just change.
That'll start to change really fast.
And then you'll start to see where you'll start to see where you've been doing that everywhere around that, and your whole reality will just change.
Like, you know, help people find these ones, and they've changed relationships. They've changed all things by getting rid of these definite words. Always, everybody. You know, those create filters in our subconscious unintentionally. We don't even really mean it. We're just annoyed and exaggerated, but the subconscious doesn't know that. It just takes everything we say.
Georgina, why do I see animals in all things? I see faces in a lot of things.
Well, I'm guessing animals to you, like most things are symbolic, right? So when you see animals and things, think of what that animal represents to you. So like for me, crows are messengers of the god. So I'll be driving and I'll be having a thought, and a crow will fly above, and if it flies in the direction that I'm driving or whatever, I know that I'm thinking the right way and I should keep going. If it goes across to the left, I go, I've got to think a bit more spiritually about this. If it flies to the right, I've got to think a bit more physically, materially about this. And if it flies against me, I go, no, don't do that. Drop that thought. But, you know, different animals, you can look at the animal cards and that and get some ideas of what they represent, like the animal medicine cards.
The totem cards,
The totem cards. And then, so when you see those animals in those things, it's trying to give you a message that, and messages are supposed to be light and fun. You know, I don't do that with every crow that flies past. It's just usually when I'm thinking, questioning, and it's like, and it seems to be out of the blue, and it's like, oh, that was strange. I don't see many crows around here. So you know, the elephants are about, you know, the strength and the power. You know, wolves are about pack and the family and stuff like that. So okay, so this is reminding me of being, you know, I'm seeing a wolf there. So this is reminding me of, oh, maybe I need to think more about the family and the group and the pack and stuff like that. So it's like, it's the gentle way of telling you what the energy of the situation or the thing is about.
Okay, so just popping back to Grace here, she says, my little girl is definitely always running around in circles. You're right. Stuck in narcissistic surrounds. I'm an empath. We do have one of our tools that we highly recommend for our empaths, which is Are They My Feels? Because we find that a lot of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that we do have are not actually ours, particularly empaths. You know, you mistake them for your own, and then you just take them on. And they can really just, you know, mess with your head, mess with your heart, mess with your intuition.
And what'd you say? She's a narcissist.
Stuck in narcissistic surrounds.
So yeah, so that, I mean, there's a filter that you create in there. It's like maybe that's the other people's thoughts and feelings. That's the empath. It's like a lot of the times we go, freaking, oh, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. You know, I hate this, and you know, it's like, and then you go, do I really hate it? Or oh, I'm scared of this. I'm scared of I'm scared, and it's like, hang on. I'm not scared of anything. I've been killed 3 times. How the fuck am I scared? It's like, but I'm buying into it because I'm feeling the fear. And then I go, oh, who does that belong to? Oh, that's everybody around me. I'm picking up 100 people's feelings all at once. And I go, okay, is that mine? Are they my feels? That's what our video is called. It's like, is that my feeling? Is that narcissism mine? And or is it the people around me? It's like, or is that other people projecting it onto them? So it's like, and basically you pull down to the center and go, do I believe that? I'm like, no, oh, well, piss it off.
Piss it off.
And it's like, you start to understand that, you know, like most of the people that are going to be on here are going to be all of those things. They're going to be empaths, they're going to be psychic and everything else. And if you use that particular tool and check every thought, feeling, and emotion you had every day for 5 days, if you could do that, because you have like thousands per day. And is that mine? No. Okay, return to sender or piss off or whatever you want to say. And then, is that my thought? You'll amaze you. I took 3 months when I did this hardcore to find one thought or feeling or emotion that was mine. I was starting to get like, what? Don't I have any thoughts? And then I found one. And when you find a thought or feeling or emotion that is yours, then you've got to destroy and get rid of it anyway because it's limiting you, which is ironic. But it's like, well, I got excited when I found one. I'm like, oh, that's mine. That one got heavier. That one got more intense. So when you ask that question, is that mine? If the narcissistic feeling or the fear feeling gets stronger, then it is. If it gets a little bit weaker, then it's not yours. And you say, oh, piss that off, it's not mine. And it's like, and with the practice, that will give you a lot more space and a lot more freedom just to function in your daily life, because that can really get overwhelming for empaths. It's a really powerful tool. I do it with our autistic kids, and you know, one of my exes, she had an autistic son, and I taught him. He hadn't touched his mum since he was born. He was nearly 5 years old, you know, and couldn't get within meters of him. I worked on him a few hours each day for 2 days with that. I go, who does that belong to? Return to sender. And I push back on my hands. Who does that belong to? Return to sender. And he's like looking at me going, what are you doing? And at first he's freaking out a bit. And I just kept repeating that. And I was just visualizing, pushing the energy back and all the thoughts and all the feelings. And he's like changed and he's just looking at me. And then 2 days later, his mum rings me up. She's crying. She goes, I can't believe it. He just walked into the school and he just walked up and held my hand for the first time. It's like, because all of a sudden he had some more space. He's not picking up everybody else's thought. He's picking up thousands or millions of thoughts, feelings, and emotions all at once. And they've got it worse because they've got a single mind. They don't have a split dual mind like we do. That sort of saves us a little bit. They're picking out everything and they can't distinguish their own thoughts and feelings from everyone else's. So that's, yeah, it's a big thing for empaths, and this is like, and it's getting stronger and stronger. So it's a really important tool.
Yeah, you know, like for us particularly, you know, it's just a constant case of keeping on top of that, right?
Yeah. There is a point when you do it, and then there is a point when it starts to become automatic, and you don't have to keep on top of it. It just happens automatically. But yeah, at first it's pretty intense to see how many there is per day. So,
Kaz Watson of scoliosis and would like to know if my spine will continue to twist and put me in a wheelchair, or will it stay the way it is?
Ooh, this is you know, this is a very common one. Scoliosis is, you know, it's twisting, it's turning around. You're being twisted and turned around in your life. So it can change, but it's a real matter of, are you willing to own everything, and are you willing to get rid of the people in your life that are twisting you around? You know, the spine, the chakras are twisting, the energy is twisting around. I've had many of these things on my back over time. You know, my back and neck they were going to operate on again recently, and it's like, no, I'm going to deal with this. And the neck part is about communication. The lower back is about following your feelings and your intuition. And it's like, you know, you're getting twisted around by all these beliefs and thoughts, and you know, it's really hard to clear if you're not willing to start owning everything. and start getting rid of the things and the people in your life that are twisting you around. You know, it's like, so yes, there's either way that can go, but there is some simple tools, and we can point you in the right direction for that. But again, it's one I need to talk to you a bit about and sort of explore who or what are the things that are twisting you around and get you to see it. Once you see one or two of them, it can transform really fast.
I have a problem with varicose veins in my legs. What does that mean, John?
Basically, you're just pushing yourself too hard in your direction.
This is for Kate Miller.
This is the varicose veins. I started getting them like a year or two ago. I was like, you know, late 40s, and I'm like, oh, just, you know, it's just my age. And I'm like, no, I don't buy that. You don't sell that shit. You're not buying it. It's like, so it's like, okay, so what is it? It's on the inside leg. So it's near the liver meridian. It's near the kidney meridian. So this is like anger and fear. And it's like, and I'm pushing myself because things aren't working the way I want to do. And so it's putting pressure. The muscles are pushing the veins out to the outside because you're just not relaxing. And it's in your legs, so it's in your direction. Did she say left or right? Or she didn't say yeah. So, you know, you're pushing your direction too fast. Like, stop, reevaluate, relax, pull back and go, okay, where am I headed in life? Do I really want to be heading that direction? Where am I headed, like, personally and spiritually and with males and females? And is that where I want to be heading? And it's like, you know, relax, pull back and go, okay, I just got to pull back for a little while and start to evaluate where I'm going and if I really want to go in that direction. And that'll take the pressure off the muscles and stop the muscles pushing the veins out to the end. Like mine, as soon as I recognized that, I cleared them, and they'd been there for a couple of years, and I cleared them in days. I only had on the left one. It's like, but I was just like pushing myself spiritually way too much. And it's like, okay, is this where I want to do it? And it's like, no, I need to pull back, reevaluated, worked out how I want to do it. And it was doing it like this, doing it with a co-facilitator. And so and then started doing that, and it cleared it very quickly.
Katie Walters, I'm growing spiritually, and all I want to do on the weekends is sleep and dream, as I feel happier in my dreamland than I do in my working state. What are your thoughts regarding this?
Change your working state.
Yeah.
It's true that, and it's like, you know, there's stages and
waking state. Sorry, not working state. Waking state.
So change your work, change the people you're around, change your life outside.
Basically.
It's like, and we do a lot of spiritual work in our dreams. Our souls are out doing their work, and you know, so many people have told me, you know, like, oh, you were with me last night and you were doing this, and I'm like, oh yeah, I felt that. I don't remember it, but you know, I felt that. And it's like, you know, because we're not limited by the normal things that limit our soul and our spirit when we're doing that. So there is a joy in that. But generally, the oversleeping is just, you're just not enjoying the rest of your life. So you know, you're gonna have to make the hard choices and cut the vampires out of your life. You know, the energy suckers, whether they're your friends, family, whatever it is. You know, and I'm not saying that because they're bad or whatever. It's just a pattern there, right? It's not to judge people. It's not to do any of that. It's like people suck energy because you've taught them with your patterns that they're allowed to. You know, you've overdone it for people, you've overhelped them, and then you've trained them to be a drain on you. So don't judge them for that. People go, oh, they're energy vampires, and they're like, you know, well, you trained them to be that. So, and it's really hard to change that without some space, and you know, especially in your younger years, you've got to sometimes just change the people or the circumstances you're around. And then, you know, go, okay, so what makes me happy? Follow my feelings a bit more. You know, why am I sleeping so much? Because I fucking hate my life. You know, it's like, yeah, I've been through many stages of that. But it's not that I hated my life. I love my life. I just didn't want to do the changes that I knew to do that, because I would upset people or whatever. And so they wouldn't like me if I did it. So, you know, you just do little things and notice when you sleep more. You know, it's like, notice the days, the times when you sleep more, when, you know, certain people are around, or it's like, that will start to give you an indication of the things that you really don't like. You know, like my daughter doesn't like doing stuff around the house, so whenever we've got something, I tell her something, she goes out and parties all night, so she'll sleep through the day next day. I hope you're listening, Zara. So,
like tonight, John.
So yes, that's you know, if you're liking your dream state, then you actually do like yourself and you do like life, but you just around the wrong people or circumstances.
Kelly Jones, I dreamed about finding gold nuggets in a sand dune. I think you posted earlier that you were also digging in the sand dunes.
Yeah, digging in the sand dunes.
Any insight on the meaning It's doing my head in.
The sand dunes, the nuggets in the sand, it's digging in. It's like this has came up a
Yeah.
few times. So when we're doing a lot of this processing, we're digging into ourselves. We're digging in, and sand is like earth, but it's also got to do with water, because usually the sand and the water. So you need to dig into your emotions and into your base things, and you're going to find gold there. Most people avoid their like lower chakras, the base chakra, the navel chakra, because they just think, they see all these other people that are just stuck there and over focused on it. So but if you can dig into that base thing, if you can dig in there, there's gold there. The gold is,
It really is.
the power that you'll have, the joy that you'll express once you release this stuff and realize that most of the shit in there wasn't yours anyway. It's like the gold is that's powerful when you ground out. That's powerful when you're navel chakra.
That's the treasure.
That's the treasure. You
treasure.
become invincible. Like,
you start to realize that it's all this shit is everyone else's shit.
Yeah.
And you can learn through just the tools.
It's the digging in concept. You dug in and you found the gold nuggets. This is working on yourself, looking at your feelings, trusting your intuition, because the sand and this is all the base chakra, water, navel chakra, and it's like that's where the gold is for you. You've probably done a lot of upper work mentally and heart. It's time to dig into the feelings and the base, like your existence, basically.
Alrighty, guys. That's an hour. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
So,
if anyone wants any personal readings, they can contact us.
Get in touch either directly through Spiritual Events Directory or contact us on BQuest Wellbeing on our Facebook page. Any of the videos and tools that we've mentioned, there's a link to our YouTube channel at the top of this Facebook Live. So click on that and have a look through the videos. There's also videos there of other intuitive live sessions that we've done to give people examples of the kind of work that we do.
And we're moving to Melbourne this week.
We're moving to Melbourne this week.
So anyone down in Melbourne
down in Melbourne,
are you able to do live workshops?
Shout us out.
The live workshops will be running down there face to face. So yes, they're super excited about that. And it's like been guided that way, and it's just all happened in 10 days. So
that's there.
John goes there tomorrow, and I'll go there next weekend. So we'll see you live next Sunday.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. See you all.